Hello, YouTube world. Welcome back. This is part 2 of my Clarins 54 product review series, I guess we're going to call it. I can't believe I'm going there. I have taken diligent notes on these products. I've used them for 3 months' time. If this is your first time on my channel, if you didn't see part 1, I really encourage you to see part 1, and I will link it down below. This one is all going to be about makeup, which is fun. I tried some products, not all, but there's some goodies there. And in fact, I will link down a second video from a lip product that I had tested a while back, which would maybe pique your interest too. So if that interests you, stay tuned. Let's talk about a fun category. Let's talk about makeup. Now, when I kind of decided to embark on this journey, I didn't really focus or want to focus too much on makeup, but inevitably, just with some of the free gifts I had and just kind of wondering about some items, I actually did delve a little bit into makeup. And so I wanted to discuss the products I really liked, ones I didn't like, ones I kind of feel a little in between about. And I'm wearing all of these products on my face, the majority of them, at least, that I still have. Let's start off with primer. So Clarins has quite a few different primers. They have, I just realized I left one in my drawer. They have this new sort of like, it's not that new, SOS line, which has different types of primers for different kind of reasons. So there's brightening, there's color correcting, there's redness neutralizing, there's this one which is more glowy. So they did release this. These are very nice. I don't think, I mean, I'm not particularly a primer person. I prefer just to have really, really good moisturizer and a really kind of just skin that is really prepped nicely. And I don't always know what primer is good for my particular skin. So this SOS primer, the full size of it is $39. It's nice. This is a glowy one. I don't think it's particularly like that glowy. I don't think it kind of helps my foundation any or become more glowy. That being said, I don't think that would be true necessarily for everyone. If you're a primer person, I think you actually might like the SOS primers. They do have a scent to them though. It's floral, you know, it's strong. Again, something I don't necessarily understand why it's necessary. But if it doesn't offend you, it's not like terribly offensive, but you know, it's there. And that's another reason why I wouldn't necessarily go for it. But I do think some people would actually like it. And they call these boost, this boosts radiance, this one here in the white. Probably their most famous primer is sort of a primer light moisturizer hybrid, and it is the Beauty Flash Balm, this one here. It says it brightens and tightens. It actually comes in 2 different sizes, so you can really give this a good try. I think the smaller size is about $17 and this one is $49. It's nice. It's a nice formula. I could see this being something that like an oily combo skin gal or guy would love. It does look nice under makeup. If I have maybe just a few lighter products underneath, I could put this on and just have this be my moisturizer for the day, depending how hydrated my skin feels. And it's nice, and it doesn't have as strong a scent as that other primer. And I do feel like it does liven up the skin and prepare it for really, really nice makeup. So I could see why this is so popular. The other primer that I thought was actually quite special and I've been enjoying using, and this I do understand. So when I do want my skin to look more perfected, I do seek out a primer like this for certain areas of my face, and that is the Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch. So that's this one here. And it's sort of like that Tatcha silky canvas, except that one to me was a little too slippy, a little too heavy. And this one though is still light and fluffy, has that texture, but isn't as like drying or too like thick or silicone like a Benefit Professional. So I feel like it's somewhere in between, and I like it. I like putting this around my pores and my nose. I feel like it does a nice job. So when I want to take that extra step, this is where a primer would come in for me, and this is probably the primer I would reach for. Really enjoy it. I don't have any breakouts or anything. That one is really nice, and I think that one is $39 as well. So definitely primers are on the pricier side, but I feel like a little goes a long way, and you can get a tester of this, which I feel is going to last me a while. So that's a good thing. Next up in my, well, I guess let's kind of like think of how you put on makeup. Next would be like a foundation. So I didn't get to try a lot of foundations from Clarins. I did try one thing, and I don't have it with me because I did not like it. I tried the UV plus anti-pollution sunscreen in light. It had both a physical and chemical SPF in it. To me, it just wasn't great. It considered itself oil-free, but I found its fragrance to be overpowering. And I also felt the coverage to be very, very heavy. And for me, that's not what I look for. I want my skin to peek through. I want to not feel like I'm wearing a mask. I felt it was very, very mask-like. Also, I don't know if this doesn't look like it's a product they're going to continue investing in, because I couldn't find it any longer on the Clarins site, but Macy's still carries it. And you know, the shade range is abysmal. I also feel like with such a like a skincare centric line brand like Clarins is, I'm just surprised that they wouldn't have a really, really amazing contender for BB or CC cream by this point. And maybe they're developing that. I feel like that's definitely something in the like My Clarins line, that kind of youth centric line. But for the rest of us, even who are not like spring chickens anymore, I think it would be a good thing for this brand to have. So I think that they're working on something like this. I would imagine they're working on something like this. I'm seeing the evolution of the brand, and I'm liking what I see, which is why I bothered doing this. So let's cross our fingers and hope, because that UV stuff made a lot of promises, and it wasn't good at all. I had to actually return it. It was a bad shade match too for me. A product I actually really like is the Hydrating Beauty Mist by My Clarins. This is a beautiful hydrating mist, as it says. It has the finest mist. The finest mist. The bottle is beautiful. It is a glass bottle, and it just feels very luxe. The spray on it, again, is impeccable. And for $20, I feel like this is a great value. It does have a scent to it. This is one of those that calls out like the ingredients it has. This one has coconut water, robinia flower water, and extracts of alpenrose, fig, and acerola seed. I don't mind the scent of it. It feels very, very natural smelling. It's nice, and I do like what it does for my skin. I feel like it does hydrate, so it's really, really pretty. Even if I run out of this, I will refill this with another spray that just doesn't have the nice mister. So I think this will be in my life for a long, long time, even if I just fill this with water. I love this mist. Mister is chef's kiss. Next up, let's talk about concealer. So this one's making me a little nervous. I didn't see it on the Clarins site, but I saw it on Macy's. And I will be sad if this one is not in their lineup, because I actually thought this was a great product. So this is the Instant what do they call it? The Instant Light Brush On Perfector. I really like this. This is like the Touche Eclat by YSL, you know, the little clicky pen, and it dispenses just the right amount. I just like what it does to my under eyes. It doesn't set completely. You can set it with some powder, but I just don't find it to be heavy or accentuating on the fine lines or anything. And I'm not a heavy concealer wearer. I don't typically even wear concealer ever on my under eyes. But if I want something a little brightening, had a long night or something like that, or I just want to feel like I took that one step up from my regular makeup routine, this is really nice. I like it. So I hope they're not discontinuing it. But like I said, I do know that Macy's carries it, $36. I think that's pricey for a concealer, but for someone like me who rarely wears concealer, I feel like it's going to be with me for a while and I'm going to really appreciate it. So I don't really terribly mind the price point too much. Not too much. A little bit. The next up are the mascaras. Let's talk about the mascaras. I got to try two mascaras, the Supra Volume as well as the Wonder Perfect Mascara 4D. I'm actually wearing this one on this eye and this one on the other. And you can't tell the difference because my eyelashes are so straight. It's very hard to like tell, but maybe if I look down, you can see the difference. I actually much prefer this mascara. I've worn them over the last 3 months, so I've kind of seen them progress. You know, sometimes mascara is too wet at the beginning and you have to kind of let it dry out. So I've kind of seen it in all its phases. And this one, tried and true, I have preferred this one above this one. They're very nice mascaras. They both are at the same price, $29. Is it worth it? No, I don't think so. I feel like you can get comparable mascaras out in the market for 1/3 the price and be very, very happy with the same type of outcome. I don't see that it does anything that fabulous, but I was happy to have this one in my life. Not so happy to have this one in my life. And yeah, that's about that. Another product that got a lot of hype, I feel, that was sort of okay, was the Jolie blush, and I have a sort of a small size of it in number 2, Cheeky Pink. That's this one here. And actually, this to me is not pink. This is like a pinkish coral. I have it on my cheeks now. I find it to be quite warm, a warm pink. So if you're looking for a warm pink, you might like this. It has really nice luminosity, very, very pigmented, good, easy application. You know, I wouldn't say I'll complain about it too much. I think this was an Allure Beauty winner for last year. I also love the little like trial size that I got. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I have better blushes in my arsenal, but I feel if like you like Clarins, you like to stick to one brand. I know people do that for, you know, financial reasons. Sometimes there's lots of incentives to stay with a brand. I don't know. You could find probably a shade that you really like in it. So I don't hate it. I don't love it. It is what it is. And this cheek is actually $32, which I think is quite high for what it is. So I'm glad I got a little trial sample and got it out of my system, because sometimes you see those lists with Allure and you're like, oh, that must be the most amazing product. And then you do something like this and you're like, oh, that's pretty regular. Let's jump into lips, because here's where I think Clarins does some very, very, very good things. And I wish they would do more with it. I didn't get to try every type of lip product that they have out there, but I did try a lot of their more famous favorites. And I was actually quite impressed with what I tried. On my lips right now, I have 3 products, which I know is overkill, but I just wanted to try again. The first product is the Natural Lip Perfector. I have this in 01. This is a nice glossy balm. It has this kind of little squeezy applicator. It smells like cotton candy. It's quite delicious. Is this the best gloss hydrator that I've used? No. This one I actually feel a little in the middle. I'm glad I have it. I'll use it. I like using it, but it isn't a transformative product for me. So that's the Natural Lip Perfector, and this one actually is $26 for the full size, which the full size is like this. So just to compare the sizing, but this is a pretty good size to give that a shot. Another product that I actually like but don't love, but I also think it just might be the shade. It's what I'm wearing on top of that lip perfector, which is the Jolie Rouge, or Jolie Rouge in Soft Berry 705, and that's this one here. And I have like a mini version, like you see, which I really appreciate that they gave me like such a nice thing. But they call this Soft Berry, this color, and hello, there's no berry in this. This is like a burnt peach color. So part of my reaction to this isn't so much the formulation, because it is a very, very nice, nourishing, moisturizing lipstick. I really, really enjoy it. Part of it is my concern with the shade names and how they line up. So I don't really like love that I thought I was getting Soft Berry and I get like warm apricot. I like the shade, it's just my brain has a problem adding that up. So I would just caution about the shades if you're able to see it in person. And just right now I'm not able to see it in person, but I do think this formula is quite nice. And it's the standard Jolie Rouge lip, and it's $31 for a full size. So again, kind of on the pricey side, but I do think their formula is quite nice. Is it worth the investment? Probably not. I think there's a lot of beautiful lip products from L'Oreal at the drugstore or Flower Beauty, or there's lots of others that are much more affordable for like their standard creamy lip formula. Now we're going to get into the most special parts of their lip line, I think. The Velvet Lip Perfector is my favorite lip product of theirs, and it is one of the top 5 lip products in my arsenal. I have a whole video dedicated to this, which I will link down below, where I swatched them and talk through them. But this, I have 3 of the shades. They only have 4 shades. I wish they would invest in this line, because I think what they're doing here is actually quite special. It's a very blurring formula. It's matte but not crispy or like it's not clingy. It doesn't like age your lips. It's so nice. I have every shade but the nude. The nude looks funny online, and I'm a little hesitant to try it, though I also want to try it. So I'm a little confused, but I might end up trying it eventually. But these are all the shades. This is like a berry shade, a red, and like a rose, like a burnt rose. They're all beautiful. I love them. I'm not wearing them today because, like I said, I dedicated a video on them, but I do love them. I'm so glad I have them in my life. And these are also $26 for the full size. Though you can get a mini in many kits or free gifts, which I really love. Clarins free gifts or gifts with purchase. I feel like they do a really good job, and you can experiment with a lot of different products that way. One product left that was a dud for me was the water lip stain. I have this one here. This actually was really not good at all. Let me see if I have, that's right. I found it to be a mess, really patchy. It wears off very unevenly, like even when you work for it. The color is pretty. This is the color 3, which is red something, I think. I can't read. So this is the color 3 in it. So it is a very pretty color. I wish it worked, but it also tasted bad, and the taste lingers. It just lingers. Like if you went to drink something or eat something, you're gonna taste some of that. And because it's a stain, it seeps in. I don't know, this did not work well at all for me. I question its existence. That's how bad I didn't like it. And last but not least is the Comfort Oil. Now this is another very popular product of Clarins, and I do think it's really, really nice. This is like a gloss, gel, oil hybrid. I have a full size of it and then 3 minis of it. The full size, you'll see it has this beautiful doe foot, which is so luxurious and like applies so nicely. It feels like a treat. It smells heavenly. This one is in raspberry. I love it. And they all smell different. I have raspberry, I have the honey color, I have the tangerine orangey color, and then I have this candy pink one. What I will say is what's inconsistent about this is the colors. So if I were to swatch these, the raspberry has like no color to it whatsoever, even though you think you would get a tinge of this color. You really don't. The honey doesn't smell anything like honey, which I thought was such a missed opportunity. Yeah, it doesn't smell, it's the only one that doesn't smell really like much of anything. And then the candy has the candy pink has a really nice tinge to it, as well as the tangerine, which I was wearing over this. And I will put a little more. You'll see it makes the lips a little more vibrant and orange, and I actually do like it. And it's a really nice formula. It feels hydrating and glossy, but not sticky. I really, really enjoy the formula. I'm just disappointed that the honey doesn't smell more like honey and that the raspberry doesn't have this beautiful tinge of color, because I thought it would, which is why I invested in the full size. But I was wrong. I'll still use them up, and they feel like very nourishing treatments for the lips. So that wraps up the makeup section of what I tried. I didn't mention this in the cleansers. I should have. I actually used it up as part of my project pan. The Instant Eye Makeup Remover, it's for waterproof and heavy makeup. I used one up. This was a biphase formula, so when you have to shake up, and actually you have to shake this one up violently and keep shaking it as you use it. It's actually quite effective at removing makeup, eye makeup. It does a good job, but I do feel like it leaves a little too much residue, and it requires you to wash your face again, and some of them don't do that. And it also had a strong scent that I didn't need, so it's not going to replace my Clinique Take the Day Off eye makeup remover, or even like the Lancome one, the bifacial. I really like that one as well. So yeah, I didn't love it. It was okay. I had a mini. It was fine. So I just wanted to mention that. Next up, I guess we'll talk about future Adrian here. Not that future, like 10 minutes later. I realized I didn't talk about the 3-dot eyeliner. This is a very popular product of Clarins, and I have it on my eyes. It's this product here, $30. I think it's a little crazy. And you'll see it has these like 3 prongs. And this is supposed to, what you're supposed to do is it should make putting on liner a lot easier, because it kind of could get between the eyelashes, especially if you maybe don't have the steadiest of hand to do like one swoop. This one encourages you to do kind of the dabbing motion, and that should help you create like a thin line. Now, I am not an expert on applying eyeliner. I'm actually quite terrible at it. So I thought this product was going to be great for me. Unfortunately, it's not as like seamless, and the product is not like the final product is not as like pretty. It looks fine like from far away, but like if you get up close, you'll see it's like sort of like a real jaggedy product. So it's not swoopy, and you'll see there is already transfer on the top of my eye. So this was not a product for me, but I could see it be a product for a lot of people, and I can see like if what you like is the tiny, tiny thin line to be able to go in there and just kind of follow. I think you can make this work, and you can probably make this work in tandem with another eyeliner. If you use this to get kind of in between the lashes and then go in with a different liner for the top, I think this will create a really nice black top lash line that isn't too thick. So I do think there might be a point to this, but it's just, for me, it's not a step I would struggle with. I could create the same type of look with my cream gel liner from Stila, or even just eyeshadow and a small pen, a small like pencil brush. That's what I would do to kind of create this wing look. So I just wanted to make mention of that because I do know that's a very popular product in their makeup line, and I did try it. So, okay, now back for more. I hope that was helpful. I know I didn't cover as much makeup as I know is available out there, but it's very, very expensive, the makeup, and without really being able to like go into a store and test out colors, I didn't want to like buy stuff and have to return it and all that jazz. So if you have any makeup recommendations of theirs, things that you love, shades that you love, shades of like this lippy that you love, for example, please let me know down below, because I am very intrigued with some of their products for sure. Also, I've never tried their eyeshadows, and their quads look really cute. I don't know. What do we think about them? Tell me. People, let's talk. So stay tuned next time for part 3. Not sure what we're going to be tackling, but what's left: hydrators, masks, eye creams, body stuff, all that jazz. So stay tuned. Okay, take care.